What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Redriveraviation. Hope you're having a fantastic day today. And today we have Tulsa International Airport news for the month of May 2024 for you all. I already hope each and every one of you are excited for today's video. And without any further delay, let's go ahead and get started, everybody. Super excited for the news this month as we have a bunch going on here at Tulsa International Airport. So this will definitely compensate for the lighter episode we had there in April. But nevertheless, super excited for today's news. I hope all of you are as well. It's been a super exciting time at the airport as we have a bunch going on this summer. And we can't waste any further time. Let's just go ahead, dive into the details and see what's going on, everybody. So again, we have a bunch, so I'll do my best to make it as efficient as possible, but we got a bunch to talk about. So first and foremost, really exciting news on Tulsa International Airport's new air traffic control tower project, as Flintco Construction has been selected as the contractor, which is super exciting rather. So this project will commence here in later this summer. I believe August 2024 is the current ETA to have the groundbreaking of the new facility, and then from there it's slated to be completed by late 2026, which is super awesome. Tulsa International Airport is very excited to be working with this construction company. It's a firm that's very good, it appears, and they also have diversity and unique experiences with complex projects like this. Again, this is going to be a super tall control tower. I believe it's 243 feet, so it's safe to say that there's definitely a really big need for emphasis and also precision on such a project. It goes here into the full details on the project that we've talked about previously, in the projected cost of over $100 million, which is definitely going to be expensive. And then here is the funding gap that we currently lack there that Tulsa International Airport Improvement Trust should be paying for there, which is awesome. So again, late summer construction from September of 24 all the way up until October of 26. And then the FA equipment installation will take place in the winter of 2026 as of right now, with an acceptance and operational start in spring 2027. So obviously still 3 years away from this becoming an operational tower, but it's going to be super exciting to see this, which is awesome. It appears actually 257 feet. I apologize. So definitely going to be a really tall tower there, and it's going to be absolutely awesome. So super excited for this. It's going to be absolutely awesome to see, and overall going really great here. And as you can see, they're a long established company, Flintco Construction, that is, from 1908, and they have 8 full service offices. So safe to say that there's a bunch going on there, and it should be really awesome. So looking super forward to the new air traffic control tower, and glad to see that we have a bidder and are making significant progress on that project. Another project that we definitely want to celebrate here is Tulsa Riverside Airport, as they celebrate the completion of the major taxiway realignment project. Now, I know this isn't Tulsa International Airport, but they're still a major part of the Tulsa community and also the Tulsa Airport Improvement Trust and Tulsa Airport Authority. So that's why it's here on their website. So of course we got to cover it. So really cool to see that the new connecting taxiway pieces have been connected between 1 left and 19 right. I don't think it has a graph on here, but the airport template really shows it. So they were crooked, but now they're straight to make it more efficient. So really cool to see that. And overall, this will be awesome. So you can kind of see where it was slanted here, but now it's just going to be straight up and down. So it's going to be really great here. And construction took quite some time. It was a $8 million project, and here were the vendors used. So it's really awesome to see this done, and this will make it even more. We actually have some pictures here, so let's actually take a look at these here from Dropbox, if I can get into this here real quick. So you can see that it was a really exciting project there and what they were able to do. So very excited about that, and certainly really glad to see that project taking off and doing what it does best. So glad to see Tulsa Riverside Airport making their strides. So we absolutely love to see that. Really exciting that S&P Global announces another rate increase for Tulsa International Airport. So if you don't know, they do a bunch of rating of corporations, including places like Tulsa International Airport or just places in general. And they actually went from an A to an A+. Now, if you remember previously, we talked about this. Tulsa International Airport was an A- maybe a year ago or so, or maybe 2 years ago, and was increased to an A, but it's since been upgraded to an A+, which I believe is the best you can get. So really awesome to see this bond rating here from S&P Global Ratings. It's really critical to continue to attract many components of the airport, like new air service development movements, obviously new projects like the control tower and FIS facility, so on and so forth. So it's really awesome to see this. What we see here is the factors that the rating goes off of, and safe to say that Tulsa International Airport has done a great job in all these areas compared to their peers, which is awesome to see. And then a little description. So really awesome to see this. Actually, the last rating increase was actually in July of 2022. So it was about 2 years ago at this time. They went from an A- to an A. Now we went from an A to A+ within 2 years. So safe to say that Tulsa International Airport continues to rise with their stability and long-term outlook. And it's really exciting to see what the future will be at Tulsa International Airport considering these exciting developments. So very happy about that. During Memorial Day weekend, Tulsa International Airport did share share some tips and tricks. It was a 6% increase for airline seat capacity for this summer, and it was the busiest day at Tulsa International Airport in a very long time for May 24th, or not in a very long time, but one of the busiest days ever, I should say. For Memorial Day weekend, my parents even flew on that day. It was so busy. I was obviously would have been happy to, but that was a little out of my budget, so no flights, but really great plans here, and really great various thoughts, and overall just really good help. So definitely take a look at this for any local airport. These are all really great tips and tricks, and they're really important, so definitely take a look at them. But the Memorial Day weekend was super important, and I'll talk a little bit here in a little bit about some of the aircraft changes that we had for this. So awesome to see how much Tulsa International Airport has progressed in these faucets, and it's going to be a really exciting summer. And again, we'll talk about some of that news here as we have arrived in summer, so that's really exciting. We have another really exciting development. This one was kind of last minute, it appeared, but Tulsa International Airport in Delaware North, which is the vendor for all the restaurants, welcomed fast casual brand Skoloski's featuring Cinnabon to food and beverage lineup. So there was a Mexican grab-and-go restaurant here, but they've actually changed it to now a Skoloski's. So that's really cool, and they're going to have various sandwiches, pizza, Cinnabon, so on and so forth. So really awesome to see this. Again, it's on that south side of the B concourse, which is great. When you go in, it's on the left side. So really awesome. They also have grab-and-go salads as well. So there's definitely a bunch going on here, and I think it's going to be a popular option. So when I walked by, there was certainly at least 5 or 6 people in line during normal daylight hours. So that was awesome to see, and it's awesome to have another really good option here. So this restaurant's going to be open Monday through Sunday, 4 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. So safe to say that there'll be plenty of opportunity to use the restaurant, and it's going to be awesome. So really exciting there, and I think it's going to be quite great to say the least, considering all their food options and how popular of a brand they are. So overall, really good choice. We'll make it even more attractive. Also, peep the Tulsa International Airport logo on the big scissors. Hopefully we'll get to use that more for route announcements too, but anytime you open up a new facility, it's worth celebrating, including this Skoloski's. So that's very exciting right there, to say the least. We also have another very exciting announcement. I know some of my friends are going to be extremely excited about this. United States Aviation expands with a new hangar to meet growing demand at Tulsa International Airport. So they are the lead base operator, FBO, or fixed base operator, a leading fixed base operator is how it's phrased here, for not only the aviation industry, but for Tulsa International Airport. They've had a hangar here, was it since 1987? I believe it's since 1987. So they've had this main hangar here that you've probably seen when spotting on the North Memorial Road in some of my videos, so on and so forth. Now they're going to be adding a second hangar, which has been really exciting to see this development, considering that obviously they already have quite a few aircraft like this Gulfstream right here, which is November 1 Hotel Charlie, and they also have another one which is November 202 Kilo Romeo. But this is to meet the additional demand that they have for additional tenants and overall just their operations in general. So this is set to be complete in June of 2025. So a year from now, it's going to be 52,000 square feet, which is impressive. And it's going to be a $6.8 million project. So it should go right on the south side there of the current hangar. So this is super exciting, and they have had really good service over time, not only for fuel and whatnot, but obviously for their Gulfstream operations. So this is really exciting. Shout out to you, Sean Dotspot. I know you're extremely thrilled about this for your company, and really glad that we get to cover it here in the Tulsa International Airport news for May 2024. So as we continue to dive in the summer, it's going to be absolutely awesome. It's also worth noting that we do have a couple of job changes here, or job listings, I should say. The Airfield Operations Agent was listed on May 10th, 2024, so that is a job available. We also have the aforementioned ones, the mechanic at Tulsa Riverside Airport and airport police officers, so those positions are also available. And then just open on 5/29/24, we have an airport landside operations landside agent. So really cool to see that one in conjunction with the airfield operations. So that's really cool to see. Unfortunately, I'm not quite qualified for either one of those, but it is worth noting that we are hiring in those spots. So that's really exciting to see right there. Propel TULs had some exciting updates. So the wayfinding directional signage is making good progress, and more of that hopefully will be integrated next time I go up there. So I'll be sure to continue to cover that. And then we just talked in depth about the air traffic control project. It's going to be groundbreaking in August 2024. So looking super excited for this. Project Sunrising is currently in its final stages, and the installation should be done by the end of June. So not a huge delay there, which is really exciting to see, to say the least. Currently, the entryway signage is, the sign is gone. It's currently all covered up, the old sign, I should say. So hopefully the new sign will be getting installed here by September or so. I don't think they have any like fixed rate dates here, excuse me. March 18th of 2024 was when the old sign was removed, and they did remove it on that day. So we are on pace for an exciting future in that department. So that'll be absolutely awesome. So glad that we're making a good progress there. And then let's talk about the Escape Lounge. There's been no updates, and I haven't seen too much going on in the area where it's supposed to go. So I'm not sure if we have any additional developments since we last talked about it, but that's the current status on the Escape Lounge. So nevertheless, still looking very forward to that. And then we have the vestibule upgrades happening in December 2024. No major updates there to what we talked about previously. Now we do have some updates on the plane spotting observation areas that have now been pushed back to August of 2025. So this update is new, so let's go ahead and read it. The new signage is currently being designed by a local aviation enthusiast and graphic designer, and name is Lori, hopefully I said this right, Waterich, hopefully I said that right, and with Ideal Studio. TAIT has researched different playground options that would be an additional experience for children to enjoy while they are plane spotting. The next steps include finalizing the designs and starting a fundraising campaign for the playground space. With the new additions, they are waiting for the entire renovation to be complete by Aviation Day 2025 now, which will be held. I don't know if it's August 19th or not. I'll go ahead and fact check it so we have a better understanding of what's going on. So let me go ahead and check this real quick. I know it's a little bit far out, so I apologize, but let me check. Okay, so Aviation Day in 2025, I think they meant August 18th, or no, okay, never mind. Aviation Day is the same day every year. I'm sorry, I keep forgetting about that. It's not the Monday every day, or every year, excuse me. So August 19th is a Tuesday this upcoming year in 2025. So that is when they're planning to host the opening ceremony. So that's in about 15 months. So hopefully this continues to go in the right direction. I'm really excited for this, and it's going to be awesome. So here's the current tentative timeline. So this will go back to the board for an approval for the budget in July board meeting. So looking forward to that. And then we'll have to continue to stay up with this. So I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be awesome, and hopefully it's as good as the one Charlotte just opened. That was super impressive. And then we also had the convenience store, which is still slated for June of 2025. And there's been no updates here since we last talked about it. So all is going well here with these updates, and all is well in that department. So we absolutely love to see that for Propel TUL. I guess my session timed out, so I'm going to have to try to click this again so I can show you what I was going to show all of you here. So let's go ahead and get back to the board here at Tulsa International Airport. And I'll go ahead and just put my webcam over here for a moment so you can see what we're talking about. I can't zoom in on it, can I? I forgot. Can I zoom in? Yeah, I can only zoom in on the map. So I can't zoom in on this, so I apologize. But anyway, we do have some substantial route and frequency changes, and also some essentially new routes, but I'll explain what I'm talking about. We have some exciting news here for what's going on at Tulsa International Airport this month. So let's go ahead and get started. Actually, this is for June, so some of this has not been implemented yet, but some of it was as well. So I'll note what was implemented in May, and then I'll talk about what's going on in June in the next video. So Destin has returned on an Airbus E319. It's Monday, Friday, Saturday. We love to see that for the summer season. So great to see Allegiant going full steam ahead this summer with all their flights. So Destin, Los Angeles, Las Vegas, Orlando, San Fran, and Tampa. So all of them continue on the frequencies we've talked about previously. This is a June schedule, so keep that in mind, but we have had some changes that have been happening in May, so I'm going to highlight those to you now. The ones I want to highlight are down here on the overnight stretch. Houston is a 737-900 this month, which is awesome. In fact, United actually did 3 overnight mainline aircraft, as I mentioned previously. They did 2 from Denver in late May. It was a 739 and an A319, and then this 737-900 from Denver. From Houston rather. So really awesome to see all that mainline. I'll make a post about it soon, going into some more detail, but it was really awesome to see all those planes. And then the A319 has came back since. It was just a little week and a half period where they did 3 overnight mainlines, but now we're back to 2 here for June. That's your little hint coming up. And then otherwise, we also had, I thought we had one more change. Maybe I'm wrong, for May, to clarify. I don't think we had any more from May, but June's really one's going to kick in the gear. I already gave you the schedule, a little preview, but we'll come back in later in the month and take a look at that a little bit more in depth. So I hope all of you are excited for that. Lastly, I have some additional pictures. Actually, yeah, one more. There was one more. I knew there was one more. FedEx is now sending the MD-11 in from Memphis. I don't know what the heck's going on here, but it's super exciting. So at 3 a.m. on Tuesday through Fridays, they're sending a 757 from Memphis, and that one goes to Wichita. And then at 4:49 a.m., typically they're sending this MD-11 from Memphis. This is the first time I believe a MD-11 has ever came to Tulsa International Airport. We did get the DC-10s for an extended period of time. I don't think we've ever got the MD-11 consistently. So what a treat this is. I'm excited to see how long this lasts. Just a 50-minute flight. So certainly interesting to see this considering the circumstances of the route. And yeah, this is a really cool operation. So I'm excited about that. We do have UPS flying their Airbus E300 in from Louisville, and some of them have been coming in from Oklahoma City as well. And then they are still sending FedEx, that is still sending their evening service from Oklahoma City that goes on the Memphis, that remains the same. However, UPS has just begun, and they started in May too. So this is applicable, doing Oklahoma City flights in the evening as well, and that goes on to Louisville. So pretty interesting movement. So overall, it's been really cool to see. Otherwise, let's go into the... Oh yeah, this means that the Florida line service has been dropped for now. I've seen a couple of different FedEx routes, so we'll see what they end up being consistent with. But this is what seems to be doing: 2 Memphis flights in the morning, and then the Oklahoma City one later in the day, opposed to having a Florida Alliance and a Memphis one. So I think this will serve them well because Memphis is much farther than Florida Alliance and a little bit more flight time there, so that works out well. So here's the MD-11 that I was just talking about. Got to see this one day in May, so really happy about that, and it's really exciting to see that now FedEx is sending the MD-11. This is extremely cool, so I'm really happy about this. Also awesome to note that United now has new stanchions at gate B6, so that's awesome. So you can see in the last video we saw the ones at B8, now we have the ones at B6. Let me put this back over here so you can see a little bit better now. So as you can tell here, it's obviously not quite as significant as the B8 stanchions, but still pretty notable and should keep it organized. So these are their legacy gates, so that's where they can put their signs. So really great to see that right there. This shot's absolutely terrible, but we have overnighted for the first time ever, to my knowledge, 6 United Airlines aircraft at Tulsa International Airport. So in this shot, you're seeing 5 E-175s at B2, B4, B6, B10, and B11, and then a B8, which is this gate. Kind of tough to see relative to the rest, but we do have a 737-800. But I did get a picture, and I don't know why I forgot to airdrop it, so I'll show it in the next video to get a little bit more depth there. But there was the 3 overnight main lines, as I thought, would use B6, B8, and B10. They did exactly that. So we had the A319, I think, used 6, and then the 737-900 used 8 and 10. So that was extremely cool, but really great to get a picture of all of it in one, because from the terminal you can't get quite all 6 in one shot, but you can get it from out here taxiing on the ramp. So really fortunate to get this shot despite it being in the dark and not the best picture, but hey, still really great to get it. It's pretty much one of the only ways I could have got it, so it ended up working out really well. So I was happy about that. This shot's not really significant outside of that the TSA was busy, but what I was really happy to get this shot for was it was unintentional. The 2 all gates sign has been removed in favor of Project Sunrise, and this was the last picture that I ever got of it. So again, I was taking the picture because TSA was busy at 5:30 a.m. or whatever time it was, but the 2 all gates sign has since been removed, so I definitely wanted to cover that. And then this is what a common use Southwest sign looks like. So I was walking by the gate when deplaning, and I just saw it, so I thought it was worth getting a picture of. So cool to see how the common use system works here. So that's what we have going there. This was at gate B9 arriving in from Denver. And then lastly, there was a Delta A320 diversion from Colorado Springs going to Atlanta and diverted here. So I thought that was really cool there at gate A4. So glad to catch one of the diversions. The Instagram's been very standard for what we've expected. Some really good shares, and overall just keeping everybody in the loop of what's going on with, obviously, I told you all